Hi everyone. So I did not do a video yesterday because, well, not a whole lot happened. um, so, but I do have a story of what did something that did happen, and then the other thing is I have a plan for another video for tonight. So we'll see if that works out. So, so what happened last night was we went to go to dinner, and we usually do kind of the same dinners, so one night is pizza, my favorite, pizza, the one with wild rice on it, and we do like, chicken another night, and we usually eat at the restaurant here here at the lodge a couple of nights, and so on. So last night was the chicken night, and normally we go and get it, or my father goes and gets it and then brings it back to the cabin and we eat it here. But for other reasons, like the restaurant here downsized their menu like a lot of restaurants have, because of the pandemic and so on. There's very, very few items on the menu that I actually will eat, and one of those things is chicken wings, and so that's probably what I'm going to be having tonight, so I didn't want to have chicken 2 nights in a row. So I said, why don't we just go to the restaurant, the Blue Water, which is where I have my wild rice omelet during Labor Day weekend. And then I can order something else, because, and then if somebody wants chicken, then they can order chicken. So that sounded like a good plan. So, so we get there. My parents had already been in Grand Marais earlier in the day to get some groceries, and they had stopped by to find out what the story was. And I guess they said there was a few tables set up outside, and inside was kind of a first come first serve type of deal. So Mom and I discussed we discussed it and decided to go a little early to try to beat the crowd, so we wouldn't have to wait a long time. So we get there, and it was like a little bit before 4:30, because I figured, well, by the time we get seated and order and so on, it'd be about 5 o'clock, and which is about what time we normally eat anyway. So we get there, and door's locked. I'm like, what's going on? So then I'm thinking, is this like, they only let you in if you call? That's not what they said. Well, then I noticed the sign on the door. And here, they've changed their hours because of everything going on. And they close at 4. It was like 4:20. So we're like, and of course my parents were like, well, we didn't see the sign before. And, if I had been the one, I probably wouldn't have noticed it either. So, you're not looking at hours. So we were like, well, now what? So we're just kind of like, well, if you do the same ones year after year, you really don't know what else is out there, I guess. Even though we know this area, like, almost as well as our, not quite, as our town we live in, that I've lived in my whole life. So then we were like, well, now what? So we're, each of us is, scanning our brains. Finally, my father says, well, I do remember a place, and it's actually called My Sister's Place. And Mom's like, oh yeah, I've heard of this. Why am I all of a sudden dark? Well, I guess we'll stick with it. I'm here. All right, a little bit there. Okay, so Mom's like, well, I think it's just outside of town or something. So we get in the car, and the other thing, driving into Grand Marais, I guess they're doing a lot of road work. It looks like they're replacing all the infrastructure underneath the highway, because there was all those huge round concrete tunnels that are like in pieces, and so there's a lot of where it's like one lane only. So there's like a temporary traffic light, and it's just a big mess. So we get back in the car and we go out and head north and or northeast, whatever, up the highway. And we go just a little ways, and then all of a sudden Mom's like, I think that's it. So we turn in, and she sends my father to kind of scope out the situation as far as, seating or whatever. And he goes out, he comes back, he goes, yep, we can come in. So we go in, and it's just a really small, really small place. And so we sit down and get the menu, and there was a lot on there. And so I ended up ordering, my favorite, cheese curds, and they were really good. And I ordered this big hot dog. I mean, it was like 1/4 pound hot dog, and it was covered with, get this, cheese and wild rice. I have never had a hot dog covered in wild rice. Well, I wasn't even sure the wild rice was going to be on or in. Well, here it was on. And, I mean, by covered, I mean, you couldn't see the hot dog. And it came with fries. Well, a lot of fries. So I ate the fries because they were hot. But that hot dog was like that big. Yeah, like that. And just, I mean, the once he got all the cheese and whatever, I mean, this thing was like that. And so I was rather full. And my beverage, I had a large can of hard cider, which I really enjoy. And I did. I mean, it was really good. So, yeah. So I think we found a new place. Yeah. So it's just, it's like, because I think my father made a comment about, when plans go awry, sometimes, you find things that you didn't know were there before. And we also talked about how we had been there before, but like years ago, like when my grandma was with us, and they mentioned my brother being little, which means, of course, I was then also little. And I don't remember, but 'cause I guess my grandma, she really liked to try out different places, and she was apparently a lot more adventurous than we are. So anyway, so I wanted to share with you. So we had some rain come through overnight, so the creek is running quite a bit. I don't know if you can hear it. So quite a bit more. I'd show it to you, but for one thing, it's really cloudy right now, which is why you're having trouble seeing me. And also, there's more rain coming, so should be, I would say, in a couple hours, maybe a few hours, it will be here. So I'm thinking that the creek will be running even more by tomorrow morning. So then I'll show you the creek. So tomorrow's, so I have a video that I'm thinking about doing tonight, and then tomorrow I have something that I have planned for tomorrow. But if I'm going to show you the creek tomorrow, then I might have 2 videos for you tomorrow. So, and unfortunately, tomorrow's our last full day. So, yeah. So, Anyway, 10 minutes. I guess it's time. So, see you later. Talk to you later. I'm going to catch up on comments sometime today, since it's going to be an indoor day. So catch you all later. Bye.